Hello and welcome back to Whispers of a Machine. Last time we found Carl, who's still there on the ground, and he's dead. We don't know who did, but we are keen to find out. We talked to a co-worker, we have Officer Gabriel here, we have a couple of leads going on, and now we should investigate them. And first we will go to the dormitory.
Hey, I'm gonna go check out the dorm. Where's Carl's bed?
Turn left and then go straight. I left the light on so it'd be easy for you to find.
Okay,
Gotcha.
that's good.
Be right back.
Okay, let's do a quick check. So everything that we need to know is here. Let's have a look without our augmentations first.
Dirty laundry. Smells like machine oil.
Okay.
Both beds look recently used. Huh. Odd place for a ventilation duct. Pens and paper. Nothing out of the ordinary.
What's with the chest?
Clean clothes and sheets. Nothing interesting.
Okay. Now, let's put on the scanner. Nothing. Carl's bio, okay. There we go. Matching fingerprints, makes sense. Matching DNA. Fingerprints, so he recently touched that.
There are a lot of prints around a panel on the air duct.
Makes sense that there are more fingerprints. Let's see. Let's look for boot prints. Probably nothing with a blade shape. Oh. So,
The panel is screwed on tight. I'll need some way of getting it loose.
what about we use the coin there? Old trick. Aha. 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 Aha.
There was a small key hidden inside the duct.
Hmm.
I think I'm almost done here. I should just talk to Gabriel before I go.
A key.
A small, unique-looking key.
Probably not for the chest, right?
Nope. That lock is way larger than this key.
Yeah. Just checking things.
I don't see any keyholes on this desk.
Yeah. Maybe thought for a hidden department or so.
Nothing else in there.
Compartment. Okay. So I guess we go back. Talk to Gabriel. Nothing new here. Maybe does he know what the key could be for?
Any idea of what this key opens?
Nope, haven't seen a key like that before.
Okay. What about the note? Can you tell me something about the note?
Do you know who wrote this note to Carl?
Afraid not. I don't recognize the handwriting.
Okay, but worth checking.
Hey, I think I'm done here.
Oh, okay. Mind sharing your findings?
It seems like the murder could be tied to a secret relationship Carl had with a woman. But I'm leaving all options open.
Sounds reasonable. Do you have a lead to follow up on?
Yes, I have reason to believe that Carl recently passed through an area with saffron plants somewhere in Nordsund. Maybe I can correlate that with Carl's movements to the north of town when seeing that woman.
Good. Meanwhile, we'll transport the body to the morgue and have an autopsy performed as soon as possible.
That's good.
Do you want us to keep the area sealed off?
No need. I'm done here and won't come back. You can let the men get back to work.
Very well. I'll let them know.
By the way, how do I get to the police station from here?
Just head straight east outside. You'll see it.
Got it. See you later.
Okay. I guess we leave now. Oh, look at this. Oh, there we go. West, museum, worker. Interesting.
Looks like an old hovercraft.
I like the style of the game.
Hey, what's happening here?
Bit of an electrical problem with some fallen power lines. It's being taken care of, but it'll be a while.
So I can't enter the museum?
Well, you can, but only if electrocution is something you enjoy during working hours.
No, not today. Yeah, what caused it? Did someone mess up, or was there some kind of environmental
What
damage?
caused it? Did someone mess up, or was there some kind of environmental damage?
Oh, we've had a windy week. An old tree fell down and ripped down a major power line. It's in a tricky spot, and due to how the grid is built up, I can't cut the power safely without affecting half the town.
Sounds like a flawed design. Is that typical for electrical grids these days?
Not really. This power grid is quite old, constructed shortly after the collapse. That meant they had to improvise. They couldn't just clone existing power systems at the time, since those were reliant on service robots with negligible safety concerns. So yeah, now I'm paying the price. The whole thing is riddled with hacks and workarounds, each one more dangerous than the next.
I see. I don't envy such a hazardous work environment. How long will it take you to fix?
Hard to say, but it should be done by tomorrow morning.
All right, thanks.
Okay. Let's talk to the policeman.
Hello, Deputy. What are you guarding?
The residence of the first murder victim. The commissary told me to direct you to his office before going upstairs.
I see. I'll go find him and come back later then.
Sounds good, Agent.
I totally forgot to use the biometric analyzer. I really have to remind myself to do that. To town square.
I don't need to go down to the ground right now.
Let's go here then. Explore a little bit.
All right, so this is the town square. That
Looks
building with
nice.
the emblem must be the police station.
So, let's see. We have the clinic, the school, canteen. Oh yeah, that could be where Carl went. We heard about that.
Nice and shiny. I can even see my reflection in it.
Oh,
Looks like a small wind turbine for electricity.
so let's go first to the police station before we explore the other ways. Check in if they have any further information for us.
I'm surprised the Bureau got their thumb out of their ass. It's not like they could find Nordson on a map.
I, for one, am grateful for their help. From what I hear, the person they sent is young, but quite capable.
Optimistic as always, eh, Kurt? I guess we'll see. Agent Anglin, we've been expecting you.
Councilwoman, I was told you'd be my bureau contact here.
That's correct. I'm Stina Ruth. And this here is
Okay.
Kurt Anderson, police commissary.
Welcome, Agent. Enjoy your trip to the middle of nowhere?
It was a bit bumpy, and way longer than I expected.
Yeah, that train has seen better days. You'll find your luggage in your quarters, just through the door behind me.
Oh, okay.
Thanks. I'll check it out later.
So, you were probably confused as hell when we sent you straight to a crime scene, right?
Kind of. I thought I was supposed to investigate a murder from last week.
You were, but unfortunately a second killing required your urgent attention. I assume there are some Bureau procedures before I brief Agent England about the situation?
Yes. Why don't you head to your office, and I'll send this youngling on her merry way when we're done.
Very well. It was a pleasure to meet you, Agent.
Likewise. I'm a bit confused here. Who do I report to?
Only to me as overseer of this district. The local police are at your disposal since they're legally required to aid you in the investigation.
Okay.
Got it. How would you like me to share my findings with you?
Face to face in the evenings. The balcony inside the local canteen is a good place to meet.
Okay, I think I have what I need then. I'll go talk to the commissary.
Good. We'll catch up later. Oh, but I have to ask. Tell me, how was it for you?
What do you mean?
Come on, you know what I'm talking about. We've both done it.
Oh, you mean the
Oh, I
augmentation.
see.
The nanofluid injection.
Sticking to the boring scientific terms, aren't we? Back in my time, we used to just call it taking the blue.
Taking the
Come
blue.
on, let this old lady live a little. Tell me, how was your first kiss with the blue?
I felt an amazing sense of belonging, like I was connected to everything and everyone around me. It was like a sudden rush filling my limbs and body, followed by a sense of power and determination. A sense of enlightenment and acute awareness washed over me, a crystal clear lucidity I had never felt before. I kind of like the last one.
A sense of enlightenment and acute awareness washed over me. A crystal clear lucidity I had never felt before.
I remember that moment like it was yesterday. What I wouldn't give to feel like that again. No side effects, I hope? We wouldn't want you to get compromised in dangerous situations.
Not yet, but I know what to look out for. Mild hallucinations, nightmares, burning sensations in the limbs, the occasional migraine.
Okay.
Things like that.
Yeah, that covers the usual
That
suspects.
sounds fun.
All right, I think you're good to go then. We shouldn't keep the commissary waiting.
Okay.
Nah, I have work to do.
Oh, town map? That could
It's
be
a
helpful.
map of Nordsund. Looks like the center of the disk is hollow. Curious.
Can we get some coffee? Thank you.
Damn good coffee.
Nice. Now we're ready.
Low
Okay.
maintenance. My kind of plant.
Anything else? Coffee thermos.
A thermos, presumably filled with coffee.
Let's go first to our quarters. I mean,
Nice big lemon. Small miracle to see it grow to that size under these conditions.
that's a big lemon.
Looks purely decorative. There's a bottle of molding resin here. Might be useful.
Molding resin. Okay.
A bottle of molding resin. I can use this to cast different shapes. It might also work as a glue.
Elevator.
Maybe later. I'm not that hungry.
Yeah, that doesn't look
No,
great.
I'm not tired. Doesn't appear to be functional. There's not even a switch or anything.
Okay. Well, let's talk to Anderson. So it appears that there is that this is a second murder. Let's see if they are connected.
All right, Agent. Would you like me to brief you about the first murder?
Yes, please.
Maya Strand, 41 years old, the caretaker of the Nordsund Museum. She was found by the janitor on the floor near the exhibits early last Wednesday. Just like Carl, she was stabbed. No witnesses, no evidence. Killer practically a ghost. No signs of a forced entry, so either the entrance was open or she let him in herself.
What about her residence? Anything out of the ordinary in there?
Nothing, as far as we could tell. But we left the place as we found it if you want to have a look. She lived upstairs from the museum.
Noted. The crime scene is no longer intact, though, correct?
Afraid so. The museum is important to Nordsund, so we had the place cleaned out pretty quickly.
Okay. So, right, but now that I'm here, I'll assume that you'll check with me before cleaning out any future crime scenes. Sorry to hear that. I guess bureaucrats messing up police work isn't just a city problem, huh? Exactly what kind of power does Town Hall have over the Nordsund police?
Exactly what kind of power
Yeah.
does Town Hall have over the Nordsund police?
Well, there's the elected mayor, Marianne Holst, and the town council with 5 members. Technically, they can't interfere with our work, but they do allocate resources to the police department, so I try to appease them where I can.
So they can't fire you if they disagree with your methods?
No, I'm independently elected, but they certainly have ways of making my life a living hell if they really want to.
I see.
Got it. Thanks for the info. One more thing. I'd like to see Maya's body, if that's possible.
Of course. We brought it out of the freezer this morning. You'll find it in the morgue, over at the clinic. Dr. Pearson, our physician, is awaiting your arrival.
Good.
Okay.
I'll head there when we're done.
Okay. So, let's ask about Carl's
What
murder.
do you know about the murder in the locker room over at the workshop hall?
Not much. As you know, the murder happened shortly before you arrived, so I'm leaving the matter in your capable hands.
You know anything about the saffron where it grows?
Do you know if saffron is grown anywhere in Nordsund?
I think so, yes. There should be someone in town with more information.
That's not very helpful. Anything you can tell me about Carl Oscarson?
Did you know Carl Oscarson?
I wouldn't say so. He and my son were playmates as children, but
Okay.
they grew apart in their teens. Haven't talked to Carl myself for many years.
What about Gabriel?
What do you think of Gabriel?
My nephew is a fine officer.
Oh, his nephew.
He's a law and order kind of person. Stern, but fair.
Oh, law enforcement runs in the family.
I wish, but so far Gabriel and I are the only ones. I've been trying to get my son to join the force for years. All he cares about is girls and fishing. Suppose it could be worse.
That's a
At least to
nice
bring some
combination.
fresh trout every now and then.
Yeah. Anything about the mystery
I'm looking
woman?
for a young woman connected to the second victim, Carl.
All right. What do you know about her?
All I have is a picture of her that I found on Carl, but it's damaged and her face can't be clearly seen.
Tricky. If you had any kind of personal information, like an address, you could look her up in our records. They're in the drawers behind me.
Noted. I'll get back to you about this if I learn more.
Okay, good to know though.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Me? Oh, I've been doing this job for 15 years now. I took over when the previous commissary died. I'm married with 3 children. Anita, my youngest, is off studying science in the city now. We're counting the days to Christmas when she comes back to visit.
What about Stina?
What's your opinion on Stina Ruth?
I respect her. She's a competent politician. She gets things done, unlike some of the other people on the council. Sure, she has a temper, and she's not the most tactful person, but she calls out bullshit when she sees it. When I'm right, she has my back, and when I'm wrong, well, she won't let me revel in my sweet ignorance for long.
Oh, that's good though. What about Maya Strand?
Did you know Maya Strand?
Not at all. Museums aren't my cup of tea. I prefer to not dwell on the past.
Okay.
That's all I needed.
Very well.
Can you tell me something about the
Commissary?
picture?
Yes.
Do you know who the woman in this picture is?
No idea, sorry.
Okay, and what about the note?
Commissary?
Yes.
What do you make of this?
Not sure. But if you need to know when somebody came to town, I'd suggest looking in the citizens' records behind me.
Right. I might do that if I can figure out who wrote this note.
Okay. Just for the sake of it, can we get anything to analyze here? Never know. I mean, we are new to this town, and everyone could be a suspect. But no. Nothing kind of to be expected. Let's
Looks
look
like a
around.
logbook. Maybe Anderson records his daily work there. The window offers a view over a street that connects to the town square. The drawer is labeled Address Records. These should come in handy. I'll be able to match a name to an address, or vice versa. Let's have a look.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's get the home for Carl Oscarson.
As expected. Nothing new.
Okay.
Yeah, this just confirms what Anderson told me.
Okay.
I don't think I need to look him up.
Well, we can't do anything with Mystery
Not a
Woman.
bad idea, but I'll need a name first. I don't think I need to look him up.
Just
I
going
don't
through
think I
it.
need to look her up. I don't need to look that up.
Maybe, I thought maybe there would be something like a greenhouse or something.
A collection of what seems to be both fiction and books on law and social sciences. If that's all Anderson's, he's quite well read. A small local greenhouse. A typical site in Nordson, it seems. I guess Anderson has a colleague.
Okay, I think we checked everything. Maybe not
Just
the files.
lots of case files.
Okay. So I guess the next stop for me will be at the clinic, at the morgue. Oh, I can leave here as well. Ooh, what are the cells?
Unmanned. Makes sense with no people in here.
True.
Probably for opening the cells. I don't need to mess with that.
But
that combination makes no sense.
I mean, no, it doesn't, but I thought if it was, that would have been curious, right?
Empty.
Like, why would he have the key to the cells? But at least for now, nothing to do here, it seems. Let's return to the town square and go to the clinic first. Sealed elevator.
An old freight elevator of some kind. Likely out of order. Healthy-looking plant.
We have a nurse, a map, a text. Let's throw on our analyzer.
Hi there.
Hello.
Thought I'd introduce myself, since I'll be coming here a lot. I'm Agent England, Central Bureau.
Oh, nice to meet you. It's a relief to have you here. We're all shook by these recent killings. Sure, the doctor's excited, but even his morbid curiosity has limits, you know. After all, we mostly treat coughs and the occasional broken limb here.
I get it. I'll do my best to help. Oh, by the way, I'm supposed to go to the morgue. Where's that?
Down the stairs on your left.
Great, thanks.
Do you know this
I don't
person?
think she'd be interested in that.
Okay.
A list of admitted patients. I don't recognize any of the names. I'm guessing those contain patient files and such. It's a map of the clinic layout.
Okay. Where does that lead? The actual clinic or to the morgue? Oh.
Various medical supplies. Looks like no patient is admitted at the moment. I don't need any water right now. Unused bandages. Would come in handy in a pinch.
Okay, I don't take them, but good to know that they're there.
It's filled with cannulas, those little needle things used to connect an IV. I don't think I need one right now. A portable medical kit with all the essentials. An old pre-collapse monitor.
I have a
Probably
feeling
not
we might
connected
need
to
that
anything.
later. Okay. What about our scan here? Anything of interest? Seems pretty clean. Good to know. Carl's bio anywhere? Footprints. Blade shape, maybe. Maybe like a scalpel or so? No. Fine.
Don't worry, Maya. You'll be put to rest soon. I know. Sorry about the delay. I was needed urgently out of town. Oh, hello there. Me and this old gal have been expecting you.
Talkative, is she?
Oh, no doubt. The dead have a lot to say, you know. Sometimes more so than the living.
Is that so?
The living are fickle and prone to deceit. Once dead, we can't hide things anymore. Not from me, at least.
Well, I agree. These days, people must prove themselves trustworthy before I rely on them. I'm sorry you feel that way. I think most men and women out there are sincere. That's why we need a way to tell what someone is hiding. Well, let's say we agree with that.
I agree. These days, people must prove themselves trustworthy before I rely on them.
Now that's an attitude I can get behind.
Now, I'd like to ask some questions.
Sure, go right ahead.
Okay, let's put on our scanner and start with the first murder.
What are your conclusions about Maya's murder?
Most obvious first. The cause of death is acute blood loss due to the multiple stab wounds to the chest and stomach, 2 of which were lethal. The murder weapon is a mid-sized blade, likely a knife of some kind. There are some defense wounds on her arms, so the victim likely tried to shield herself against her assailant. I couldn't recover any biological traces of the murderer. There's no blood on her that isn't hers, or any traces of skin under her nails. This makes me suspect that the killer likely wore protective clothing and gloves.
Okay.
The time of death was roughly 2300 hours last Tuesday, 5 days ago today.
Any theories on Carl's murder?
Not yet. I'll need to see the body first.
Makes sense.
Do you know where saffron is grown in Nordsund?
I'm afraid not. We have plants all over, but botany is not my area of expertise.
Worth a try. Okay, let's...
Did you know Maya Strand?
ask
Not
about
really,
her.
but I enjoyed listening to the occasional lecture of hers at the museum. She had quite an intellect, that woman.
So she wasn't a patient of yours?
Oh, she was, but that's all confidential, so I can't say much about it.
I understand, but anything you can share would help.
Well, during the autopsy I noticed that she was unusually worn and feeble for her age.
Okay, and what does that tell us?
For one thing, that she would have needed help with the more physically demanding tasks of the museum.
Got it.
Okay,
Thanks.
that's interesting.
What can you tell me about yourself, Doctor?
Oh, me? I suppose I would qualify as a workaholic. Most of my time is spent here.
So how long have you been practicing medicine?
Must be 16 years now, I believe.
Huh. And you're the only doctor in Nordsund?
Yes, but we have good relations with the other settlements. We collaborate and pool resources when necessary.
Okay.
I'm looking for a young woman connected to the second victim, Carl.
I can't help with that. I didn't know Carl on a personal level.
I guess that answers the next question.
Did you know Carl Oscarson?
No. When I heard he was murdered, I didn't even recognize his name. I had to check my records to realize that I've treated him. To be fair, I've had many patients. But he must have been cursed with one of those awfully forgettable faces.
All right. Anything out of the ordinary in his medical history?
Sorry. Can't go into detail. Doctor-patient confidentiality, you know?
Keep it vague, then.
Well, okay. Let me put it this way. I doubt you'd learn much from his file.
Noted. Thanks.
Okay.
What do you think of Gabriel?
Your average policeman. I have no strong opinion about him one way or the other.
What do you think of Commissary Anderson?
I think he does a fine job. He's been instrumental in making sure that I can work under such good conditions.
Yeah, this place is surprisingly well equipped. Definitely on par with our facilities in the city. What do you think of Stina Ruth, the councilwoman?
She can be quite an unpleasant woman. I can't say I've enjoyed my few interactions with her.
Okay.
That's enough questions for now.
Okie dokie. Oh, one last thing. I've been told that the second body is on its way here. If you come back later today, I should be able to tell you something about it.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, let's see if he can tell us something about the...
Do you recognize this couple?
The man is
Photo?
clearly the second victim, Carl. As for the woman, it's too hard to tell given the damage to the photo.
Oh, what if we... Can we use that with the
I
photo?
don't see how those things work together.
Oh, I thought we can maybe glue it together a bit more, so it's not as damaged.
What do you make of this?
The handwriting looks feminine, but I'm not sure what to make of the contents.
Let's see. Let's do the scanning. Yeah, let's get her information. Anything else, I guess. I thought maybe the knife or scalpel there could have been it. Doubt that there's anything about the boot prints, not blueprints. Yeah. Okay. Well, good to check though.
I
Let's check.
suppose that's where the doctor writes
the
down his
rest?
autopsy reports. I think that's for collecting the ashes after a cremation. One last waiting room before the final embrace with the earth. Appears to be a small crematory. This might be useful.
Okay.
I don't see how those things work together.
Thought maybe like I don't know. I
I'll
don't know
wash
what
my
I
hands
thought.
when I go to bed. Plenty of time still to get my hands dirty.
Okay. But we got another item, that's good. And that is where I will leave it off for today. Next time, I think we will go check out the canteen next and see if we can find out if Carl was a regular there. The co-worker alluded to it that is at least a possibility. I thank you all for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the episode, please give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing to the channel or share this series with some people that you think that would be interested in it as well. I will be back with more Whispers of a Machine very soon. Until next time, have a great time. Bye bye.